for joining me for another 20-minute workout. Today's we are going to be standing. I've got a chair next to me for a bit of balance, but you could use a tabletop or a surface in the kitchen as well. Alright, let's make a start. So I'm standing with my feet about hip distance apart and judging my hip bones by the bony bit at the front of the pelvis rather than the outside of my hips. And if I look down at my feet, I'm trying to have that hip bone lining up with my second toe. You can slightly turn the feet out if that's more comfortable for you. I'm keeping mine a bit more as a parallel. And we're going to keep the knees soft. When we soften the knees, the aim is not to keep them in towards each other, not to knock them in or to roll them to the outside, but just keep a parallel. One hand is lightly resting on the chair and the other one is on my ribs. We're going to think about breathing, and this is where I want to try and focus the breath into my rib cage, not into my chest. So taking a breath in, trying to push into my hand and taking a breath out. And again, taking a breath in and taking a breath out. A couple more times, taking a breath in, taking a breath out, and last time taking a breath in and taking a breath out. Super. Alright, I'm going to turn and face the chair, so I have both hands on the chair, and we're going to do some little rises. Pull the tummy in, so pulling belly button into the spine, and we're going to lift the heels up and lower them down. Again, we're going to lift and lower. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about my 10 toes on the floor. So I'm trying not to roll onto the outside of my foot, but keep my big toe joint connected. Coming up and down. Now, if some of you are feeling all right with this, let's put one hand on the hip. And maybe if that's going okay, we can take two hands on the hips. Up and down. 4 to go. Up and down. 3 to go. Up and down. Last time. Up and down. Good. Give those feet a little bit of a shake. I'm going to turn side on again and we'll do some ankle circles. So one hand holding onto the bar. All of my weight is in one leg and the other leg is going to come around. I'm ankle circling round and around one way. And then ankle circling back round and around the other way. Alright, I'm going to change legs. That foot to the floor, other leg up. Circle round and around one way. And circle back round and around the other way. Nice. Alright, so still working on our balance. We're going to turn to face the bar and we're going to alternate a step back. So I'm just going to step back and in. So it's just really a tap that goes back, tap back, step in, tap back, step in. So the reason this is really good for our balance is that as we age, one of the most common ways that we hurt ourselves is falling and going back and not being able to catch ourselves as we go back is very common as well. So this is just getting us used to that weight bearing as we go back, alternating. We're going to do 4 more, and we're going to do 3 more, and we're going to do 2 more, and 1 more. Now if this is working, put your hands on your hips and keep going. If this becomes too tricky for you, if it's too tricky to balance, one hand or both hands back on the chair. Otherwise we're going for 8 and 7. Of course, it's also getting the heart rate up a little bit, which is quite nice. 4. Hopefully you've got a nice view ahead, although you might be looking at me. I've got a nice open window here. I think we've got 2 to go. There might be a couple of extras. Last one. Excellent. All right. So instead of stepping back, we're now going to step out to the side. So if I turn and face you, we're going to do a little tap, step out. Okay? Little tap, step out. So you've either got both hands on the bar, or you can put your hands on your hips as you step out. So possibly it will be easier for you to balance as you're just stepping out or tapping out wide as opposed to going back. It's quite common. Let's do 4 more. Out for 4, out for 3, out for 2, and out for 1, and then step it in. Okay, so we're going to put those 2 movements together, which means we've got to step back, and then the same leg will step out. So we've got a step back and a step out. So if you want, your hands are on the bar, step back, same leg goes out. Again, back and going out. Again, so 2 steps with each leg, back and side. We've got 2 more complete rounds of this. 1 wide, 1 back, 1 back, 1 wide, and again, step back, step out, last time, step back, step out, and then we'll pause. Okay, so hands on the bar if you want to. We're going to do some shoulder shrugs. I'm going to put mine on my hips. Feet are hip distance apart, knees are soft. We're going to shrug the shoulders up and let them drop down. Shrug the shoulders up and let them drop down. Over here, shrug them up and let them drop down. Again, shrug them up and let them drop down. Now, can we do 1 up and leave one where it is? So we're going to alternate. Easier if I don't have my hands on my hips. 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. 8 of these, 7 of these, 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. All right, just give your wrist a little shake, and we're going to take fingertips onto shoulders. So you want to take a little step back from the bar if you're facing the bar. We're going to take some elbow circles. Keep the knees soft as you're going. Circling round and back and round and back. Let's do 3 more. Round and back. 2 more this way. 1 more this way. All right, let's go the other way. Go behind and up and over and down. 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 Got 3 to go. All the way back. And all the way back. And all the way back. And 1 last time. Excellent. All right. Okay. A little bit more of a balance challenge now that the body's all nicely warmed up. You do want to be side onto your bar for this one. Her 1 hand on the bar. So my outside leg is going to move. This leg is nice and strong, the standing leg. I'm going to go ankle and knee and rest on the floor. Ankle, knee, and rest on the floor. Then I go 3 times without a rest. Ankle, knee, ankle, knee, ankle, knee, and rest down. It's the same leg. We're going to go ankle, knee, and rest. Ankle, knee, and rest. 3 repeats. Ankle, knee, ankle, knee, ankle, knee, and rest. 1 more time. Ankle, knee, and rest. Ankle, knee, and rest. Here's our 3 repeats. Ankle, knee, ankle, knee, ankle, knee, and rest. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm going to move my chair around so I can stay facing the camera. Okay, outside legs moving. Ankle, knee, and rest. Ankle, knee, and rest. 3 repeats. Ankle, knee, ankle, knee, ankle, knee, and rest. Go again. Tap, tap, and rest. Tap, tap, and rest. Here's those repeats. Tap, tap, down, and up, down, and up, and rest. Going again. Ankle, knee, and rest. Ankle, knee, and rest. Ankle, knee, ankle, knee, ankle, knee, and rest. Good, okay. A lot for the brain as well as the body to deal with, but we're not done yet. We're going to try and go from one side to the other. So either you're now facing your bar, you'll need to be a little bit back so you can get your knee up, or you're going to try and do it hands-free in the middle of the room. Let's see what happens. So we do a complete version on one side, a complete version on the other side. Here we go, stand tall. We're going ankle, knee, and rest. Ankle, knee, and rest. Here, those 3 repeats. Ankle, knee, balancing, ankle, knee, and rest. We're on our other leg. Ankle, knee, and rest. Ankle, knee, and rest. Here, those 3 repeats. Ankle, knee, ankle, knee, ankle, knee, and rest. Excellent. So it's quite a long sequence to balance with. You're building that up gradually. It's a nice one to just do at your surface if you're waiting for your cup of tea. You've boiled the kettle, pop your hands on, or maybe just fingertip touch, and see if you can move through that little sequence. It's so challenging for the ankle because we're moving our other leg in a variety of ways, and that's what keeps all of those deep intrinsic muscles of the feet awake, which is what we're using to balance on. Okay, a little bit more now for the waist and the spine. So I'm going to get you to take your legs a bit wider apart. You can have your hands on a surface if you want. I'm going to pop them on my pelvis. Really helps to have your knees soft here. So we're going to do a little hip lift from one side to the other. A little hip lift, a little hip lift. So if you've done some sessions with me before, we've used this idea when we've been sat down in a chair. I've talked about like lifting your hip like you were sat on something, and like you sat on a book and you're trying to move your hip so it will go away. And what we're doing is working our obliques, the size of our waist, as we lift the hip and lift the hip. 4 to go here, 3 to go here, knees nice and soft, 2 to go, and 1 to go. Excellent. All right, so that's our side to side movement. We're now going to do a little bit of a forward and back movement. So it's quite small. I'll go side on so it's a bit easier to see. One is a little pelvic tilt, and then one is just pushing back with your butt. Squeeze under, little push back. It doesn't have to be a big movement. It's a squeeze under and then a push back. A squeeze under and then a push back. And again, squeeze under, push back, squeeze under, and push back. All right, so the aim is to get those 4 points, or get a sense of 4 points so we can put it all together. So we're going to go front, side, back, side. Front, side, back, side. Again, front, side, back, side. One more round in this direction. Then we're going the other way. So we're going front and back the way we came. I had to think about that. Front and back the way we came. And again, front and back the way we came. And again, front and back the way we came. Good, excellent. All right, so now instead of kind of 4 points, we're going to try and do a circle. We talked about hulas if you did the seated, one of the seated classes with me. That's what we're looking for now. So that complete circle round, all the way around. We're going to do about 4 in one direction, and then we're going to take 4 back and round in the other direction. Let's do 2 now. Back in that first direction, and now let's do 2 in the other direction, and we're going to go one way, 1 the other way, and then just bring your feet in a bit closer and give all that a bit of a wriggle. Super. Okay, so now we're coming into some squats. Squats are a really good movement because they're so functional. If you want, you've got a hand on the chair. I'm going to put them on my hips, but I am going to turn side on so you can see. So we're thinking more of that back movement that we were just doing with our pelvis, okay? You're going to bend both knees like you're going to sit back in a chair and then stand up. Sit back in a chair and stand up. So we are looking to have our knees over our second toe. As we do this, we're not rolling the knees in towards each other. We're trying to keep them parallel. We're going to do 2 more and 1 more. Okay, now here's an extra challenge. I'm going to see if you can lift one of your heels up. So now you're mainly working on one leg. Hand on the chair if you want, otherwise you're on your hips like me, and we're going to do 8. Back and up, and back, and up, and back, and up. So the power that we're building through our quads is what we need when we're getting out of the chair, when we're walking, when we're climbing stairs. Really functional movement, very important to have nice strong quads. Okay, other side, other heel up if you can, otherwise you're just going both feet flat. Up to you if you want a bit of support or or not. And when we move through the quads, we've got lots of big muscles working. So it does increase that heart rate a little bit. 2 more, 1 more, and then we're done. Good. Quite a lot of activity. Let's give everything a little bit of a stretch and a release, and we are going to do this sitting. So if you bring your chair out, I'm going to get you to just sit yourself down on the chair. Rest your hands down on your sides of the chair or on your legs, and we'll roll the chin to the chest and just gently take an ear to a shoulder, roll it back. Take the ear to the other shoulder, roll it back. Just a little release through those neck. All the muscles in the top of the shoulders and the top of the spine. So only that little half movement. We're not going to drop the chin back to the roof and take the gaze back, just that little forward movement. 1 to go. Good, then bring the gaze up and we're going to look round to one shoulder, back centre, round to the other shoulder, back centre, look across your shoulder and back and across and back. And we'll do 4 more here. And 3 and 2 and 1. Good, big shoulder circle round and shoulder circle round. That just gets rid of any residual tension we might have with our head and our neck or our shoulders, given some of the work that we've done. All right, I'm going to sit back a little further on my chair so I can lean back slightly. One leg is going to come up and I'm just going to take some ankle circles with that foot round and around one way. Easy breathing and back the other way. So all of that squatting action, we're moving that ankle joint, all the rises we did at the beginning, all the step backs, a lot of work through those feet. Let's rest that foot, other leg out, and circling that other foot round and around one way. And then take that and release it back round and around the other way. Nice and easy breathing here. Okay, here's our side bend. So you can rest a hand on a leg or you can hold on to the underneath of the chair. Option to have an arm up, a hand behind the head or across you. And as you breathe out, you're just trying to slide down towards the floor and then come up. Same side again, reaching down to the floor and then bringing yourself back up. 1 to go, reaching down to the floor, bringing yourself up, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So arm wherever you want. I'm going to take it up here on this side and we go over and then back. Again, breathe out, over and back. And again, breathe out, over and back. And one last time, over and back, and then rest. And that's the end of today's workout. So nice to get that balance challenge in for you, getting the heart rate up with all that stepping and getting the mobility through the wrists, through the shoulders and through those ankles. Thanks for joining me. See you again soon.